Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another wrestling review. We're doing the Royal Rumble 2023 review. Cody Rhodes just won the Royal Rumble. I'm doing it match by match. That was kind of predictable a little bit. I thought Cody Rhodes would probably come in early in the match like that to like kind of build it up a little bit, but I guess they wanted that big dramatic entrance like that because everybody knows it's him at number 30. My boy Edge got eliminated in like what 1 minute like that, but he eliminated some of the Judgment Day members. I guess they're keeping the storyline up a little bit, keep the storyline going, and a lot of story implications. I think Logan Paul and Seth Rollins maybe going against each other. Logan Paul look a little different, look a little like sicker. He looked a little sick. I don't know if he was sick or not, but he looked a little like the way his face was looking. He didn't look right, but maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe that's the way coming out there like that. But yeah, Logan Paul Ricochet was a crazy spot with the little springboard hitting each other like that, the clothesline. But I guess Seth Rollins and Logan Paul will be the way for them to go. Logan Paul is getting booed a lot. That cryptocurrency stuff that he did on that crypto zoo. Yeah, people wasn't a big fan of that, and he was getting all that stuff that coming at him on Twitter and all on social media everywhere and stuff like that, and on the platform, people coming after him. They lost money for it, so I guess he's gonna be in that heel like role, and I guess him and Seth Rollins will be the match to go. That should be a pretty good match. That should be a very good match at WrestleMania. If they do decide to do that, he'd be like, "Hey, you stole my spot," and keep build up like that, and then Edge will probably fight Finn Balor, who's the leader of the Judgment Day. And probably like they said the Hell in a Cell match was been doing. Maybe they do that for WrestleMania. And then Bobby and Brock. I feel like Brock should have came back and eliminated Bobby, and they should have kept fighting until they got to the back like that. I think that would have been a little cooler for the rivalry too. But the match itself was a little predictable. A little predictable because we knew Cody Rhodes was coming back, and Cody Rhodes was going to be the guy. It was big time though. At the end, Gunther was in the match for the whole time. Basically, Gunther's out there going crazy, and then that basically had a one-on-one match at the end. Him and Cody took about 12 or 13 minutes trying to eliminate each other, and that was big time right there. They was going at it like that. And that's actually great to see Gunther getting presented as like a big time star too. He's the Intercontinental champion. He closed in on 300 days as Intercontinental champion, and he's gonna be big time. I don't know who he should face next. Maybe Drew McIntyre. He faced Sheamus already, but we wouldn't mind seeing another one. Karrion Kross. What we do, like my cousin was saying, Marcus D. Butler, who's a co-creator of this channel as well, he said, what we did a Fatal 4-Way match. Karrion Kross, McIntyre, Sheamus, and Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. That'd be big time. That'd be mega like match. A big time match. But yeah, we didn't see any Jay White. People thought Jay White was gonna show up. I never thought Jay White was gonna show up. Yeah, because he has the Battle on the Valley stuff with New Japan. He had to go with his Eddie Kingston. He have another match. He got to go against Leo, Hukua Leo. Never say his name. The Tamatonga Tangaloa. I think that's their brother, right? That's their brother, I believe so. I think I got to go against them. So yeah, and I think lose Japan type of match. So I never thought that he would show up in there. Actually, some people thought he was gonna show up and stuff. I was like, nah, I don't think he'll show up. I feel like his best bet was to go to AEW because he still have ties to Japan. So like that, he's a former IWGP heavyweight, IWGP World Champion, IWGP US Champion, never openweight champion. He beat Kenny Omega and Okada in the same year. The same year. That's when they was at their peak of their primes. They still in their primes now, but that's when they was like. It's kind of like LeBron was in Miami. There's that type of groove then like that. It was going crazy like that. But Jay White did all that and big time star in Japan. Main event a lot of shows. Main event in Wrestle Kingdom this past Wrestle Kingdom earlier this month. But yeah, I think he probably show up on AEW. I never expected him to show up in the Royal Rumble, but that's all I got for the first part. I'm about to watch the next match. I don't know what the next match is. I guess Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens is the main event. I guess the next match will probably be, I don't know actually, maybe the Pitch Black match. We'll see. But I'll get to you guys right here in a little bit. Okay guys, the Pitch Black match just ended with Bray Wyatt and LA Knight. I did not like the match like that. Coming into it, I was like, a Pitch Black match. I was like, I don't know about this. They should have did a regular match, 1-on-1, and he could have did the other stuff after. Still, he had to do it like Pitch Black. I guess they're doing it for the Mountain Dew purposes or the ad. They found out it's a good idea. They can just put it together like that and do a little sponsorship thing. But that wasn't a good match. I'm gonna give it a 2-star rating out of 5. It wasn't all that good, and then the end, Uncle Howdy jumping through the thing. I'm not really a big fan of all this crazy supernatural stuff in wrestling. Of course, we know Undertaker and Kane did some of the stuff like that, but it still was a little different like that. Undertaker did like the streak, like the dead man and stuff like that, but it wasn't doing like overdoing it sometimes like that. Sometimes you get to a level where you're overdoing it. Like we seen some stuff on Impact where they had people going to the underworld and climbing out the underworld and stuff like that, people dying and stuff. What Rosemary and them was doing. I'm not really a big fan of all that type of stuff like that. Now you can do it. Now you can do it if you want to. But I'm not really a big fan of all that type of stuff. And Bray Wyatt, that right there was a build up, a lot of build up for the match and stuff like that. And then it ended like kind of fast match and then like that. And a little thing that happened after the match. LA Knight is a big time guy. And, I remember I used to be a fan of him when he was in Impact. When he was Eli Drake. Eli Drake, he was the global force, global champion in Impact and the King of the Mountains champion in Impact, like that. And then he was in NWA for a little bit too. His promo, cause like he has that persona to be a good heel, like the charisma he has, and that the way he used the mic and control the crowd with the mic and stuff like that. He just smooth with it like that. I feel like this match right here wasn't really the best setting for him. Like that could have been a regular match. Like that could have went and had one, but it was a little different. Like when a match like that is just for like people who all a part of that type of like style, like in wrestling like that. Like, to bring that supernatural like vibe to wrestling. But I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5. Some of you guys may have liked it more than me, but I wasn't a big fan of the match like that. But yeah, I don't know what the next match is, and most likely it's probably Alexa Bliss and Bianca Belair, but we'll see what happens. I can see y'all in a little bit. Okay, guys, the Alexa Bliss and Bianca Belair match just ended. That was a pretty good match. Pretty good match. They was going at it. I give it a 3 stars out of 5. Pretty good match. There's a 2 going at it, and then ending with that's some of these matches really didn't need to be on pay-per-view. I feel like Bianca Belair and Alexa Bliss they was kind of holding back a little bit. I guess they're saving some because they could be a big time match at WrestleMania, especially Alexa Bliss like get back to her crazy twisted self like that. They have like a little Extreme Rules match or something like that. That'd be a big time match. But I feel like some of these matches could have happened on like Raw or SmackDown like that. But I think the next match on the list is probably most likely the Women's Royal Rumble, and then we have Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens as the main event. That one should be good. So far, Royal Rumble hasn't been all right like that so far. I was expecting a little bit more from Royal Rumble, but so far it's been all right. Solid show. The Royal Rumble match itself was cool and stuff like that. Cody Rhodes finally getting his big time moment like that, and then the match after, the Pitch Black match, I wasn't a big fan of that. But then we get the what's the name match, the Alexa Bliss and Bianca Belair match, pretty good match. Now hopefully it ends off on well. But yeah, I think the storyline for those two guys, those two girls are gonna continue probably to WrestleMania. I can already see it. Like Extreme Rules probably be like WrestleMania probably like a Extreme Rules match or some type of match like that. It'd be like something like well, I think Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley should be no hold barred really at WrestleMania. That'd be big time. That'd be crazy. But I think Alexa Bliss and Bianca Belair might have a crazy match too. It might be either Extreme Rules or something crazy, last woman standing or something like that. At a term like that, I feel like the rivalry gonna keep building up even more and more when she turned back to her twisted self and go against Bianca Belair. But so far the Rumble been all right, but we're gonna see what happens next. Guys, the match for the Women's Royal Rumble just ended. Rhea Ripley is the winner of that. We got to see Asuka get back to her kind of mode like she was in Japan, like that little killer clown looking thing. And that's how I don't know what they're gonna lead to in story wise, like what they're gonna do with that fully. But yeah, everybody kind of figured that Rhea Ripley's gonna win this coming in like that. They try to steer a little bit with Rodriguez, but in the end we all thought like, hey, Rhea Ripley win this. Now I know earlier I did say, what if they continue the Alexa Bliss and Bianca Belair thing? They probably won't actually. I think it might be one and done match because you can get a first time ever match with Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair for the first time ever. Remember they had the little meet up in the back before, she was like, "What's up, champ?" Like they're talking to the champ like that, and then they walk past each other in the locker room. Then remember the War Games, she was on the other team like that. So you never know, they might get a once in a lifetime type of match. Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair 1-on-1 for the Raw Women's Championship, and that'd be big time. That'd be very good like that. I can see Rhea Ripley beating Bianca too, and like them like still going on a long path and like building up maybe a trilogy of matches. That'd be big time and very good. But yeah, the match itself, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 stars. Like that, I gave the Men's Royal Rumble. They both was kind of similar because we kind of already knew who was gonna win. It's kind of like more predictable like that. We kind of knew who was gonna win a little bit like that, but it was still very entertaining, still very good like that. And this Royal Rumble right here has been my favorite Royal Rumble ever. And then the best one ever. I won one that when Drew McIntyre won. I like that one. That was like what 2-3 years ago. 3 years ago like that. That was a good one too. I like that one a lot too. But this right here hasn't really been the best one ever, best pay-per-view ever, but it's still all right like that. But the next match up is probably Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens for the WWE Undisputed Universal World, what it's called, there's too long of a name, title. That'll be next up, and that should be a big time, a very good match between those two guys. They're gonna go at it, and then Sami Zayn, and we don't know what's gonna happen, and we don't know what was gonna occur during the match and stuff. So we're gonna see on what it leads to, and I'll get you that next. Guys, the Royal Rumble just ended. The last match was Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns. Very good match. I gave it 4 stars out of 5. But after the match, that was 5 stars right there. That was amazing right there after the match. Roman Reigns is going crazy, going relentless, and attacking Kevin Owens, handcuffing him like some type of supervillain. You know, like that they catch the superhero, they handcuff him, and they tell him like, "Hey, you gotta deliver the last shot." And Sami Zayn was like, "Nah, I'm not doing that." And then Sami Zayn used the chair on Roman, and then Roman and them start beating the crap out of Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. I had a feeling Jey Uso was not. He never fell in to begin with. He's not the guy who's gonna be doing the stuff all Roman did. And Roman did jack him up and attack him before. I remember it was a year ago, it was a couple of years ago really, when they was having that little battle they had. But yeah, it's gonna be some great story implications. You might can see. At first I was thinking that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn can win the tag team titles at WrestleMania against the Usos. But what if they do like a 3-way match? What if it's Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and Jimmy Uso. I know no Marcus D. Butler just said that. He said, "Yeah, 3v3 could be cool too." That might be that probably may be the way to go. I don't know if that'll be at WrestleMania though, because Roman Reigns might be defending his title somewhere else. But that might be Elimination Chamber. You never know. Like that, or a pay-per-view before WrestleMania. I don't know if they'll add another spot right there. They did March to be available and be free, so we can see what could happen. But that was some great storytelling stuff right there. That was amazing way to end the show like that. It's a long Royal Rumble. A long Royal Rumble because usually it'd be like 3-4 hours, like probably 3 hours like that. But this one right here was a long time, a long Royal Rumble. I thought it was gonna be like something, like between 3 to 4 hours, but it was longer. And everything was solid at first. I gave the show originally I had it at a 6 out of 10, but since that last segment, I'm gonna move it up to a 7.5 out of 10. The last segment was very good. With Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns, Jimmy and Jey Uso, and Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman. That segment was amazing at the end. But that's all I got for this video today, guys. Like this video, leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel on the next wrestling review. Will probably be, what comes up? I think AEW Revolution is coming up next. I think so. So I'll see you guys then. Peace out.